My father was very good at breaking people's spirits.
Being a child star is a vulnerable position. You're on display to the public and may not even realize when you're being mistreated until it's too late. The danger can even come from inside your family. Many child stars trust their parents blindly, even joining the business because of them. Their mothers, fathers, or both can misuse their funds or even become abusive. Not all the kids took it lying down. Once they realized the danger, many have fought back, even at the risk of tearing their family apart. Jackie Coogan. When it comes to child actors who sued their parents, Jackie Coogan was the original. He became famous as the star alongside Charlie Chaplin in 1921's The Kid. He was barely 10 years old when he started becoming a multi-million-dollar earner. As his grandson Keith said,
he did the first $1 million budgeted movie over at MGM, and he earned between $2 and $4 million.
That doesn't mean he saw any of that money. When Jackie was 23, he took his mother, Lillian, and his stepfather to court. He claimed to have been given an allowance of only $6.50 per week, which stopped when he turned 21. His mother denied the claims, saying she was entitled to all his earnings until he became an adult. Jackie was eventually awarded $126,000. It wasn't as much as his actual earnings, but it was something. The case led to the creation of the Coogan Law. It was meant to protect child actors in the future. It was amended in early 2000 to ensure that a child actor's earnings should belong to them and not their parents. An additional 15% of their earnings legally have to go to a block trust called the Coogan account that no one, not even banks, can deduct fees from. Coogan's Law has helped. In 2015, the parents of Alex Gonzalez and Jaden Monroe sued the Bank of America for not following the new amendment, and they won. This is one of the more famous cases of child exploitation. Gary Coleman became rich and famous on different strokes at age 10. At his peak, he reportedly earned $100,000 an episode. His parents were also his business managers at the time. Gary sued them in 1989. He said they had misused his money and they countersued. An attempt by his adoptive mom to become his legal conservator because of his chronic kidney disease was shut down. Gary sued her again for that. A court ruled in Gary's favor in 1993. He got $1.3 million, but it didn't last long. Most of it went towards covering lawyer fees from the long court battle and the fallouts from poor investments. He ended up having to work as a security guard in the late 90s and named his friend and former manager Dion Mia as the executor of his will. The pain from the misuse was fresh years later. He admitted,
I'm still bitter. It still hurts.
Gary Coleman died May 28, 2010. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin became a massive star thanks to the Home Alone franchise. Unlike many child actors, he did see his share of the money from it. He told Variety he got 5% of the net profits from Home Alone 2 and 15% of the film's merchandising deal. His mother and father, Patricia Bretnup and Kit Culkin, got divorced. That led to a custody dispute over Macaulay and his money. He wanted to protect his estate, which was reportedly over $15 million. He put the family accountant, Billy Breitner, in charge of the money until he became an adult. He also took his parents' names off his trust. As Macaulay says, the decision was also about family. Referring to himself and his siblings, he said, quote, "We didn't want to go with my father. It's always misconstrued that I emancipated myself from my parents. I legally took my parents' name off my trust fund and found an executor, someone who would look over my finances." Leighton Meester. Leighton Meester was a star on the hit show Gossip Girl. At one point, her mother Constance seemed to have gotten her into a tight spot. She decided to use her earnings to pay for medical expenses for her brother. She sent her $7,500 a month. Leighton discovered in 2011 her mother was actually using the money for personal expenses and cosmetic procedures. She sued her and claimed that she threatened to sue Leighton for $3 million if she didn't start sending $10,000 a month. The court ruled in her favor. Leanne Rimes. Leanne is known for her singing, becoming the youngest Grammy winner in history for her song Blue. She's ventured into acting as well. She appeared in shows like Coyote Ugly and TV shows like 911 Nashville. In 1998, she filed a suit against both her father, Wilbur C. Rimes, and former co-manager Lyle Walker. It was another issue of misuse of funds. She claimed the two men spent over $7 million of her earnings. It was one case that had a surprisingly happy ending. Her father countersued in December 2000, and they settled out of court. The father and daughter have even reconciled. Amanda Bynes. Amanda was a staple of early Nickelodeon. She was a hit on sketch comedy shows like All That and her eponymous show. The situation behind the scenes wasn't funny. Amanda accused her father, Rick, on social media of verbal and physical abuse. She also claimed her mother, Lynn, was aware of the situation and did nothing. Producer Dan Scheider, who has since faced other allegations, allegedly encouraged her to seek emancipation from her parents. She even wanted to live with him and his wife, Lisa. That didn't end up happening. Amanda deleted the tweets and has since undergone hospitalization for mental illness. Aaron Carter. Aaron was only 9 when he covered the Jets' 1986 Crush on You. The family never thought it would go anywhere, but it made him famous. His debut album sold 1 million copies, and the second one did even better. He got to perform with his brother Nick and the Backstreet Boys. Aaron's mother Jane was in charge of his finances. The deal only worked until Aaron was 16 in 2003. He dismissed his mother due to allegations of financial misconduct. She allegedly withdrew $100,000 without asking him. Aaron even went so far as to seek legal emancipation, but he did it out of court. Finances continued to be an issue for him throughout his life. In 2016, he revealed his parents owed $4 million in taxes from when he was 11 and 12. His tax debt before the time of his death was reportedly $241,000. His administrator at the time said that even though Aaron had assets worth over $810,000, they couldn't use them to pay off the debts. Aaron Carter died November 5th, 2022. Ariel Winter. Ariel Winter began acting early, appearing in commercials as early as 4. Her breakout role was in the sitcom Modern Family. In 2012, issues in her real-life family began to show up. She was caught up in a custody battle after accusing her mother, Chrysula, of emotional and physical abuse. Her sister, Chanel, who backed up the allegations, became her temporary legal guardian. The arrangement became finalized in 2014 when her father, Glenn, died. Chrysula dismissed the allegations, but her control over her daughter's finances was also restricted. Ariel became emancipated from her parents in 2015. She took to social media, thanking everyone who had supported her through the difficult process. She especially leaned on her sister, telling Ellen,
"She's been the best part of my life.
Yeah.
She really is my best friend. She is the most important thing to me. She's been there for me through absolutely everything, and I just love her so much. I count on her more than anything."
Britney Spears. Britney got famous from an early stint on the Mickey Mouse Club at 11. She ran with that and became one of the most famous pop singers of all time. She also went through one of the most famous examples of a conservatorship. She had a public breakdown in 2008, and her father, Jamie, was put in control of her estate. He worked with other co-conservators and stepped down at times, but the deal was less than pleasant. A documentary called Framing Britney Spears was released in February 2021 and showed the gory details. The hashtag #FreeBritney began appearing everywhere. Britney went to court to make it official in November 2021. She told Variety, quote, "I just want my life back, and it's been 13 years and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all this to end without being tested." Father and daughter continued the battle until an official settlement was reached in 2024. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these young performers was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below.